Smile, you're on candid camera. Okay. Yeah, this is the room across the hall. The room I'm interested in is right here. It's locked. And this locking mechanism, apparently this is brand new to me. I've always had traditional keys. This locking mechanism, it's just basically, it just spins indefinitely. You use the fob, this little fob, which somehow, a piece of plastic has this information encoded upon it, which is interesting because it looks like just a regular piece of plastic. Nothing, no computer chip that I can see, nothing, you know. But anyway, you hold it against here, and then that activates this mechanism. This now becomes active. You can unlock the door. And if you're going out for the day, and there's no one in here, and you're going out for the day, door is still open. This becomes like a pinwheel, just spinning around indefinitely. Inactive, an inactive lock. Once again, take the fob, touch it, activate, hit to the black plastic, hit the green light. This is now active, and I can lock it. Door is now locked, and you can't unlock it. I guess the fob only activates it for what, like a few seconds, maybe 20-second stops. So the fob has a brief, the interaction of the fob and the door is very brief, and this just becomes a dead inactive lock. Door is locked, fob, active, unlock. Let me go in. And I don't know, for those of you, if anyone's watching this, you might be thinking, well, gee, it's the fob. You've never seen a fob before. And well, to me, it's new. I've always had keys. And I still remember, like at hotels, they would give you a plastic card, like a credit card, but it had a strip, and you'd put the, you know, like a credit card, the magnetic strip would open the door. I'm not sure how this, if I saw this on the ground, I would think it's just some cheap piece of plastic from some kid's toy or a little piece to some, like, you know, just all it is plastic. But somehow, the technology, this plastic is magnetized, for lack of a better word. I'm babbling. The reason I'm here, this is the apartment. I'm here with my brother, who doesn't want to be on camera, but he wants to talk when I say hi.
Yep, it's a nice place.
And this is really for us, buddy. This isn't for like, anyway, yeah. So we come in, here, step aside. Actually, if you don't want to be on camera, okay. So when you come in through this front door, open the front door. We come into the front, I want to show the apartment. Come on, this is the nice senior-friendly apartment that I want to move my parents into. It's rent-controlled. It's what, moderate income or lower income, because all they have is their fucking Social Security. And when you walk in, you see, there's a little kitchenette area to the right with a nice refrigerator and some, some cabinets,
microwave,
a sink. There's a built-in microwave. We're going to talk about electric stove. But also immediately to your left, this is what's really nice about this place. You see these. You got these double doors here. You're gonna open them. They've got in-unit washer and dryer, which is nice. A lot of places don't have that. You either go to a laundromat or they have one of those communal shared laundry rooms, and you gotta, I guess they give you a card and you gotta pay every time you use a washer or dryer. Yeah, I guess you put it on the card and they charge you. Here they have their own built-in, brand new washer and dryer. I think the washing machine, my mother made a big deal. It doesn't have an agitator. Did you know that middle piece is called an agitator? I'm like, all my life I've looked at washing machines. I didn't know it had a name. Most traditional washing machines have that center piece that spins. Apparently it's called an agitator. This one does not have an agitator. I don't know. And again, if someone's watching this, they might be like, this guy's never been in an apartment before. No, I've lived in an old dumpy house all my life with keys and traditional agitated washing machines. And I got a nice little dryer. Okay. So that's the whole point. Is it's not about a washing machine. I've never seen one. They have it in unit, which you got to understand. A lot of places don't. They've also got this thing up here. They were telling the people every 3 months or so they come and they change the filter. This is fresh air from outside. So whether your windows are open or closed, they always have some kind of system. I don't know how it works. They always have air filtering in from outside. And I said, well, what about dead of winter or the heat of summer? And they said, no, it doesn't affect the temperature. I said, what about the heat? You want to put the heat on, the air conditioner? There's nothing to do with that. This is totally separate from heating or cooling. It's some kind of air system where they're constantly pumping in air. Like, I can understand that in like tall office towers, like skyscrapers. But apparently, I've never. And they're saying every 3 months or so there'll be a knock on the door. Don't panic. I told my mother, don't panic. I'm going to come and change out the filter. But this brings in air from outside, regardless of whether your windows are open or closed, regardless of the temperature. Dead of winter, it's freezing outside, or hot summer day over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever, it makes no difference. They're always filtering in fresh air from outside, and that's above the indoor. And here's the water lines. You can kill them if need be. You can shut them off. As you can see, hot water, red, cold water, blue, nice and simple. For some reason, this emergency shut off. I don't want to do it now, but turn the valve perpendicular, shut it off. But that's actually very nice because a lot of places, a lot of these, like, apartment units, condos, whatever you want to call this, they don't have an indoor washer and or dryer. You got to go to a community laundry room or go to a private laundromat service. So that's nice. That's right when you first come in the front door. My brother's stepping in the hallway. So that's the front door, which unlocked. From the inside, you manually lock it. So inside is manual. This lock is always active. It's always active, fob or no fob. Fob be damned. The inner lock is always active. And then, if you look at the front door, to the right is your washer dryer, as I said. We saw that. Let's see it again. But this is always active. This is all new to me. This is always active. And then when you open it up, this one is inactive. I call it the pinwheel. It just spins around indefinitely. The pinwheel lock, which is only activated temporarily with the fob. And that becomes active temporarily. I don't know how long it lasts for. Give it a moment. Once the green light stops blinking, this is now a pinwheel again. All right. So, we got a door knocker. We got a peephole. That's nice. Anyway, buddy, where'd you go, buddy? I don't know, my brother went. Doesn't matter. All right, so we come in. To the left is the washer dryer. To the right, place comes with the refrigerator, which is nice. Some places don't. You got to bring your own fridge. Buy your own fridge. Bring it. This comes with the refrigerator. They're not going to buy you a new one every year, but I guess if one day it does break, they would replace it. I'd imagine, if you're going through refrigerators every few years, something's wrong. But within reason, every 5, whatever it is, refrigerator, freezer, cabinets up. This is one problem, though. My parents aren't going to be able to access. I can barely. I guess this place is relatively new. It was built in the past year or two. In 2022. There are 2 buildings here. The first one was built in 22. I think this one was built or opened in 23. So it's relatively new. But no, my parents are not the first occupants. Somebody was here before, and they left some, some things. Chef's choice. We'll take care of that. So the previous tenants, whoever was here first. And I even asked. I asked the one girl. I said, "Oh, I guess she died in here, an old lady." "Oh no, her kids moved down south and wanted to take her with." Who knows? So I don't know if the old lady died in here or if whatever. But my parents aren't the first, but they're one of the first. This place is new-ish. Anything in here on these cabinets? This place is new-ish. Nice. Hey, it's my reflection. That's cool. You'll probably see me when I do my shaving video, but I haven't done that yet. I was thinking about doing that here. Oh, well, for now, I'll just wipe off. Oh, there's my reflection. But I got a nice microwave built in, which is a nice function, because otherwise I'd have to, microwaves are easy to come by, but again, it takes up more space. I have to put it in the corner. This frees up room for whatever else they may or may not need. Oh, and that's interesting. I'm looking around. I've got some kind of, I guess you put something up here. Oh, that's right. Okay, so this is where the microwave plugs in. Okay, that makes sense. This is, if I unplug that, I kill the microwave. I'll have to get a ladder, because that's the where the microwave plugs in. But they also got another outlet if I want to plug something up there. Hey, buddy, you see this? Microwave plugs in. You can see if you pull that, you plug, and then I guess you can plug something else up there, but that's where the microwave plugs. I thought it was built into the wall. I thought it was like in there, but apparently, I don't have them too short, but that must come from the top. There must be a hole drilled and it plugs into that outlet. And you can see, whoever was here last, all these are empty, but we got some shit in that one. See that? Some crap up there. Show my buddy. We got the key fob. All right, so where was I? Oh, this is fun. What else we got here? Why not? This is fun. I'm happy. This is the first time, I am a little hesitant because my parents really can't live on their own, but if they've got to be on their own, because my father was in that facility for so long, I think he should have stayed there. He belonged in the facility, but if they're going to live independently, that's the word. Prior to my father's stroke, my parents lived independently just fine. Since my father's stroke, I think he belongs in a nursing home, but I see my mother falling apart. I'm afraid of them living independently. They kicked my father out of that nursing home. Got to find a place for them, so hopefully this will be functional. We'll come by and make sure. Stop slamming them. Okay, sink. Typical. Oh, water valve back there. Also another outlet. I wonder the dishwasher. Okay, so the dishwasher plugs in down there. Okay. Yeah, I've never had a built-in microwave. Every microwave I've ever had, you just buy at the store and plug into an outlet. I was saying, this will save, instead of having to put up a microwave in the corner and take up too much space, we can have room for the toaster and whatever shit. That was good. We're just, what we're really doing, we came to measure. I was taking, Because I don't know, like my parents, my mother's all excited. I'm gonna put this here, I'm gonna put this there. I said, I don't know if you can fit, there's the tape measure, feet and inches, American, not metric. I said, I don't know if you can fit the shit you think you can. So we're gonna talk about that too. I'm glad we're making this video. It's a nice little video. Sink works fine. Sink's not a lot, test this, buddy. There's not a lot of water pressure. And I don't know, because we didn't replace the sink, we replaced the apparatus, and I remember the water pressure was low, and I turned it up. This place might just have bad water pressure. I don't know. I don't want to play around with this yet. I'll wait till we move in. Either one of those knobs has to be turned for more pressure, or I don't know what water company they have here. I don't know if it's City or Well. I have no idea. So I got to ask because the pressure's kind of shitty. Anyway, and then so there's not much to this place. Okay, we came in. The front door's behind me. To my left was your. To my left. Okay, left over there. Here's the front door. Oh, there's a fire extinguisher. Who knows? So you come in. To your left is the washer dryer in unit. Very nice. To your right is what I don't call it a kitchen. I call it a kitchenette. Okay, and then you come over. And I'm just excited because I wouldn't say excited, but I want to make sure we get this right. It's a new experience. If they're going to live here in this, not a nursing home, but not a regular apartment, I hope this works. So here's their living room. This is what we call a living room. And if you look, it's not too big, but it's decent-ish. And out the window, you've got a lovely view of the parking lot. Lovely view of the parking lot. And across the way, you can see I guess it's a farmer's field. I see some hay bales. I don't know if you can see that. So it's very nice. Here, we got some bales of hay and shit. Let's see. But I guarantee you, in the next 5 to 10 years or so, this field will probably be developed, and you'll see strip malls or gas stations or an office building. But just beyond the field, you can see some electrical towers, there's the highway. So the highway is, this is about half a mile. So the main highway is just, you got this place, this facility, that field with the hay bales, and then beyond that is the highway. So, but they're far enough away that it doesn't seem too noisy. So you got a nice little farmer's field or something. It's just hay. They get hay for animal feed, but that'll probably be developed. And then here, we got a nice, what does this light work? This is locked. There's a lock on this door, which I guess is okay. But they're a nice little balcony. You go on this nice little balcony. By the way, to the left, we'll go there in a minute. These two windows here are in their bedroom. So when they're in their bedroom, you look out the window, you're actually looking to your balcony first in the parking lot. So these two windows are in the bedroom. And we got, it's not, not a lot of room. I don't think you really put a table here, maybe a small something, a couple of chairs. This did kind of, like I said, I'm not that tall, but I kind of felt like this is too low. Like I said, I can understand if someone's 6'4", everything might seem small, but if someone who's 5'9", this rail seems a little shorter than it should be. I can see my mother I guess they're a bit shorter than I am. I can see them falling over. I would have made this a little, let's take a look. Made this a little bit higher, because it's like up to my, it's almost just a little above my waist. It should be, I'm worried about that. I don't want, like so much stuff with child safety this, child safety that. I know this is an old folks home. Old folks are effectively children, aged children in a way. And I look at it as like, I feel like this is unsafe. It should be a bit higher. But we see the parking lot. We see the hayfield, we're going to call it the farmer's field. And you can hear some of the cars, hear some of the traffic over there. And you can see your neighbors. Look, they got this bumps out here. I guess that's another hallway. When you're inside, their hallway goes this way. You make a left when you go out. There's another hallway, and those are just an apartment that bumps out. But it's interesting because I guess that's their window, and their bedroom's over there. So you can see the neighbors. You can wave to them, hi, and oh, those people, look, that guy's driving away. We'll wave to him. And again, as I turn around, that's the neighbor's apartment. Can't really, it's interesting, you really can't see your neighbor over there. He's right there. Actually, that's also interesting, because there's a window there. That must be their living room window, which is slightly ajar, so maybe they're listening to me. Hello! I don't want to bother. You don't really see a lot of people walking around. You see, I guess, a lot of these old people who just stay in their apartments all day. But anyway, so this is a little dead end. But these two windows are, as I said, their bedroom is through here. We'll go to that in a minute. And this just dead ends back into the living room. This is like, I'm trying to picture it. It's still hard for me because I think, God, what if he falls and trips? And she tries to lift him, which she might do. Several times my father's fallen over, I've picked him up. It's been a while, but I'm afraid, is he going to go down? And actually, he'll be okay, but he'll damage her, or it does worry me. But it seems like, okay, maybe this, it's like role reversal. I've become the protective parent. Like, okay, is my mother going to fall off the balcony? Is my father going to fall off and take her down? Not even the balcony. Are they going to trip and fall here? It was funny, buddy. You remember in the lease, my sister lives up in North Jersey, about hour and change north of here. So it's not very convenient for her to come down, but she did come down, and she was, we went over the lease together. It's not a paper lease, it was all online. There's a portal, they give you a password. So my sister brought her laptop, we're looking over the lease. And one of the things they said, you are required, you've got hardwood floor, it's flooring, you must cover 75% of the floor with a rug. My mother's all excited. She goes, we only own one rug that I know of. It's an old Oriental rug that I don't know when they got it. I don't know how expensive it was. It looks like one of those cheap knockoff rugs. Like, you know, these expensive rugs that cost thousands. This looks like something that they bought for a couple $100 once, but never had the room for. You can put that down. I said, Mom, that's been in the basement for how many years? It might be devoured by moths by now. But the realtor girl here, not the realtor, the office girl who manages the property, she goes, oh no, we don't enforce that. We don't give a shit. If you don't want it, you can do whatever you want. Put down a carpet, don't put that. We're not going to come after you for that. So I said, okay, so maybe we'll put that. I got to think. It's another thing. I got to rent a van. Do we bring that stupid old Oriental rug? We got this old rug that my parents bought, probably as old as I am, maybe even older. How long have they been, we were saying, they've been married not quite 50 years, 46, 47 years. They probably bought it when they were first married. They thought, oh, this looks nice. And they never used it, and it's been rolled up for years, and God only knows that this 1970s knockoff Persian rug is even fit to, And if it's not, it's going in the shit can. I throw it out because we've just been storing an old basement, in the basement, this old rug just in the moldy basement for, God, decades. Anyway, okay, but this is very nice. I'm not sure, my brother and I, like in Back to the Future, you got to think fourth dimensionally. Marty, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally. I'm trying to think of the shit my parents have, what my mother wants versus my father. He had a stroke, so our father might say it can all fit. Yeah, okay, he's just a fucking retard. But our mother, you can talk, buddy. My brother doesn't want to. I'm not going to show his face, but I told him, do you want me to pretend you're not here? Or you want to acknowledge?
No, if I have something to say, I'll say it.
Because I'm not sure what table. We're going to put a table here. Even my sister, you said she's a gun jumper. I might drag my feet too much. My sister's the opposite. And we're going to go into the bedroom in a minute, and I'll show you why my sister's a gun jumper. But here we have, this video is mainly for us as a point of reference. That's the phone jack. So I guess we have a phone. My parents, we're going to transfer, this area uses the same cable company as where they live now. It's just Comcast, a major cable conglomerate. I think it's Comcast, there's a Cablevision, whatever it is. So we're going to see, my parents still want a landline. They're very traditional. I bought my mother a track phone, cell phone. She does use it. She loves to text her little friends, but she still wants to have a proper, phone line. So we'll probably, landline, so we'll probably transfer the number here. We'll see. We're going to have to buy the new phones. Those old princess phones or desk phones or shit. Probably get like one of those phone sets. But here's the cable jack. So I guess the TV would have to go here. Because, remember, this is a condo. We can't drill, in a house, you can drill a hole in the floor, run something under the basement. Can't do that here for various reasons. There's someone below you. We don't own the place. I guess we could put a wire under the Oriental rug and put the TV here. But then they'd still be walking over the wire every time so that's not going to work. So the TV is basically forced to go here, effectively. Yes. Or, you could probably I wouldn't even want to run a wire there. If that door wasn't there, you can run a wire that way along the corner where the floor meets the wall. You can run a coaxial cable above ground, but it would be out of the way. No one would be tripping on it. We can't have a wire here where my idiot father's going to... We can't have that. And I don't think we can't run this, so I guess we're basically forced to put the TV on this wall. So, okay, but here's the real reason. One of the things. So there's the front door, kitchen, washer, dryer, blah 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 blah. This is just a little linen closet. So as you see, this is the kitchen, front door, washer, dryer. I've seen people do house tours. But they don't do a very good job. It's like, they make like they don't really do the layout very well. I'm trying to do this mainly for us, so we remember the layout when we go home and we think, what furniture do I have to bring? When I go to see my parents, can I take this bed? Can I fit that? I got to plot all this out. I've been taking measurements in my notebook here. So I'm trying to get an idea. So if we step back a minute, I'm going to do walk with me. There. Buddy, give me your arm or your hand. We're gonna hold. My brother and I are holding hands. He doesn't even care. So you're gonna twirl with me as I twirl. So there's the front door with that's the washer dryer. They got the fire extinguisher, a little kitchenette. We're gonna twirl. My brother. This would actually be funny. If someone should record the two of us. We're holding hands. We're kind of locked arms. I'm turning, and we got the living room. La 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 la. Living room. That's the one window. That's the patio or deck door. We're gonna call it. That's the heating and cooling. Heating and cooling. Oh, and they were saying in the lease, okay, we've let go, you can back over. In the lease, you don't have to have the heat or cooling on. You don't have to, it's not mandatory. But if you do, you can't go below 70 degrees and you can't go Fahrenheit and you can't go above, I forget what it was, 90 some odd degrees. So like you can't crank your heater up to 90 and you can't crank your AC down to like 65 degrees Fahrenheit. But the girl who, when we came, the one chick who works here, was saying, because I even asked my sister, when we were reading the lease, it was on the lease, I said, well, is the thing programmed so you can't do that? Because I can see a lot of old people, not even intentionally, like, I just, oh, it's a little cold in here, let me turn the heat up. And next thing you know, it's up to like 95 degrees. Apparently, I haven't played with this too much, you can't go below, it's set. You can't even go below 70. The temperature could drop below 70, of course. If it's wintertime and you don't have the heat on and you open the windows, yeah, it could be freaking 25 degrees in here. But the thermostat itself cannot be set above or below the minimum or maximum temperatures. Now, what are all these lights here, buddy? That works that. Okay, that's okay. I'm glad we're learning. So that works the light above the linen closet. Oh, I think I forgot to shut. Where is this light? Here, you turn on and record it.
Look back into the left.
Back into the, oh, look at that, I didn't see that. Okay, it's almost like a porch light, but it's okay. Back into the left. Oh, and they got some nice picnic tables, common area. All right, so we did that. Thanks for shutting it off, because I forgot. My short-term memory shit. Got an outlet there, another outlet here, coaxial cable, blah, blah, blah. Thermostat, which I gotta play with. This is the linen, I'm gonna call this little hallway, linen closet. I call it the linen closet light. What is this? Is this doing anything? I don't see anything. Okay, yes, there's a ceiling fan, very nice. So this is the ceiling fan.
One second.
Oh, my brother just noticed this light actually is controlled by two switches. When you first walk into the damned apartment, this one, yeah, so okay, so this one here, and the far right one here. Okay, good call, buddy. So you got the good eyes. Leave that one down. I guess we can put this, and then put this one down. So it's designed to be that way. Okay, now it's off. So you're designed to, okay. So they're both down, they're both off, but they both work. What does this do? Ah, okay, interesting. This one here to the left is the front door. This works the linen closet light. This works the kitchenette light. But it's up. Is there a second switch, buddy? Check. Which one are you working now?
Far left.
Okay, so front door, two switches. Linen closet, kitchen. Linen closet and kitchen. Over here on this four-way panel, far right is also linen closet, far left is kitchen. I'll leave this one up so remember. This is kitchen. Those are both down. Okay, so makes sense. That over there, that switch. That one and that one. And when you superimpose them over here, they're on the far extremes. Right for that and left for that. That's cool. Now, this might seem silly, like little children playing with lights, but because I gotta make sure I can see my mother getting confused. How do I turn the fans up? I can see this happening. So at least we have an idea. So for anyone who's watching this, it might seem silly, but yeah, if your parents are elderly or screwed up, you'll be there one day. So buddy, turn. So this one here works the living room light. So I guess okay. So linen closet, kitchen, and these two are basically fan light and ceiling fan circulation. So these are the two living room fan lights. So this makes sense. Far right linen, far left kitchen, which are both on the switch by the front door, and these two are unique to the ceiling fan and ceiling light. But then what are those drawstring things? I mean, I don't want to start messing with it because I remember you can slow the speed down or you can reverse it. So I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Okay, hey buddy, hit the light switch again for this. Yeah. Nothing's happening? Turn it back up.
Yep.
Okay, so Okay, so you can work the switch. The switch kills the power. Switch will kill the power. That'll kill the power to the light entirely. But you also have the second option of turning the light on and off there. I guess we should always leave the light on. The pull tab and the pull drawstring in the what do you call it? Pull string. Keep that in the on position to shut that off. And I don't want to pull the other one because I might start fucking with the fan settings. So we'll leave it like that. Let them pick whatever setting they want. We'll shut that off. Okay. It's been a long time. I don't think I've had a ceiling fan. If we did, it's a long time since I've always had little oscillating fans you buy at a fucking Kmart or Walmart. All right, linen closet. Now, I don't know what this is. This open house vent. It must be tied in, I would assume, with either this filtration unit. No, maybe. No. I was gonna say ventilation for the washer dryer. I don't. There's nothing. Yeah. So I just noticed. Just notice this. This washing machine is sitting in like a giant plastic tray. Picture being a kid in school in the lunchroom and get your little tray. It's like a gigantic one. See that? Yeah. I noticed. I guess in case there's a leak. Because remember, there's no agitator. No agitator in the middle. No agitator. Okay. But I've never seen. Well, I guess you're right. An apartment like this, it's down. We're on the third floor. They could be one leaking. I've never seen a giant plastic. Whatever. It's all new to me. So now, here's a little hallway. So again, front door, washer, dryer. I'm not going to get, don't worry, buddy. Kitchen, all that shit. Okay. Living room. Then you come to the left. Here's a little hallway. Linen closet we've established. This is your in-house electrical box. For some reason, you want to kill the power. Or someone comes in and, electrician wants to do something. Or the maintenance has to, we've got to change something out. We're changing out the light fixture. So that's good to have, and I hope this is, I haven't tested. I've learned in life you can never trust these. They're not always accurate unless you do it yourself. Any electrician come in wherever he wants. Things, sometimes, we lived in a house once, I think some previous owner rewired something. So one said living room, but it was actually the porch light by then. So you can't always trust these. I would have to play around with it, but I don't want to do that now because we haven't moved them in yet. But hopefully I have faith in this. We got AC. Remember there are two, they call it AC. There are actually two heating cooling units. One in the living room and a second we're going to see in the bedroom in a moment. We got two for the dryer. There's one in the washer. I wonder, it says dryer, 5 inside. I wonder if one is actually the washing machine because it's two. I don't know. Lighting, living room, bedroom, bathroom, cool. Oh, here's the washer. I guess the dryer has two, washer has one, dishwasher, microwave. Yeah, remember the microwave has a special, I would also kill, the whole outlet. A refrigerator. So it looks. What is the range? I guess that shit in the kitchen. Oh, the oven. Well, not just the oven. You got the. That's another thing I'll talk about. What about? Is this tied in? I have to play with it. I don't know if those are tied into the range, or they could be. That says microwave, but for all we know, that could also be tied into this. It gets screwy sometimes with electrical lines. If you remember that one time, an electrical line, the bathroom went dead, the room below it went dead, and I think an outside fixture, there was a little outside plug, they all went dead. So I told the electrician, I said, look man, I'm not an electrician, but clearly there's one vertical line, top to bottom, that went dead. Guy's like, well, let me go over to the other side and check the kitchen sink, because I'm like, okay. Something about with the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink, sometimes I'm like, what does the sink have to do with anything? He's an electrician, professional electrical. He wasn't even a yeoman or a journeyman. I think he was like a full-bodied, fully licensed electrician. And he starts messing with an outlet across the other side of the house. I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, nope, you're right, it's not connected. I'm like, okay, but I guess it's good he was playing it safe. Anyway, for all I know, that might be on the living room circuit, and that might be on the microwave circuit. All our lives, well, most of our lives, we've had gas stoves. We have, gas, natural gas, and that's what my mother's used to. My mother is a very good cook. The one thing I'll say, even to this day, as an old lady, she's still a very good cook. I have a lot of complaints about our mother, buddy, but her cooking was never one of them. Or maybe because she's my mother, I got used to her cooking, but her cooking was always very good, and she was a little nervous. She goes, I don't know if I like this, because I'm used to gas, and my father, he was, his stroke, once in a blue moon, if in the dead of winter, if the heat went out, because it would happen sometimes, the heat would die. What my father would do, we don't have a fireplace, he would turn on the burners, and he would let the gas stove or the oven, the range, the stovetop, heat the house or heat the kitchen, while you call the repairman to fix the broken heating system. So he's saying, what if the heat dies in February? We can't turn on, we can't warm up. And I said, that's something we have to live with. But I remember old electric ovens or stovetops used to have like these coils. So again, my parents are used to gas. You turn it, burner ignites, you got 4 burners. My mother's had that all her life, but now she's, for the first time ever, she's got an electric stovetop. And I remember old ones in other houses, old electric stoves used to have like a raised metal platform. It almost looked like a circular maze. And it would be silver metal, silver colored, gray colored metal, and you would turn it on and you let it warm up and it would heat up and it would turn like that orangey red. Remember this? This is like a modern, and again, if someone's watching this and like, I've had an electric stove all my life, what's the big deal? Understand, we've had gas, and the few electric stoves I've seen were older ones that had like raised, like metal coils that would heat up. This is just a flat, so I'm not even sure how this works. I don't want to play with the oven first. That's our mother's place. She gets to be the first to play with the oven, and then the microwave, and then the stove top. I'm not going to play with it. She can be the first, but we'll see how it works out. Because yeah, it's a flat electric. I've seen raised electrics. In all our lives, we've had burners, stove, natural heat. Natural gas. Heating and oven and stove by natural gas. All the heat was there. This place is, I guess electrically heated. How does the heating work? Isn't it?
It's electric heaters.
Electric heaters.
Electric water heater too, I would imagine.
Right. Wow.
I'd ask about that. That switch deal.
I was thinking about it. First I want to say, okay, again, so we got that, kitchenette, little countertop thing, living room, door, washer, dryer, linen closet. We now know what the lights do. Now we come this way, here's our control panel. Let's close this. So we're in this little hallway here, linen closet, bathroom, their bedroom, for such a small, tiny apartment, we're really spending a lot of time, but it's good. Okay, so electrical box, I can play with this later. Yes, my brother's asking, what does this light here do? Let's find out. And apparently, okay, so, okay. The linen, what I'm calling it the linen, I guess we can call it the hallway light. I call it the linen closet light because I came to linen closet first.
This light has 3 switches.
This light has 3 switches. The one to the right there by the door. The first one closest to the front door. Then what, the farthest one? Yep, farthest one to the right. So always to the right. Rightmost, linen closet light. Rightmost, linen closet light. In the corner, linen closet light. Oh, there's a smoke detector. There's that vent. That vent, I think, is tied in with that new fresh air system that's always pumping in fresh air, regardless of the time of year, from outside. I think that's what that vent is for. I think it's part of that fresh air filtration system. Oh, what is this? We got, I guess that's a smoke detector. I'm guessing, is that a radon detector? I don't know what that is. We got 2. That looks like see, the smoke detectors that we have are like, what, 30, 40 years old, so they're old, push a button, beep, beep, beep. I guess that's a modern smoke detector. It looks a little different. And is that what, radon? What is that? What do you think that one is? They both say first alert.
I have no idea what that is.
We'll have to play. That must be the smoke detectors. I see the testing button. I'll take like a ladder or a stool or something. Right now there's nothing in this apartment, so I can't get up there to play with it. That looks like, that might be a radon detector. If anyone's watching this thing, tell us, because I guess, would it go beep, 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 or the light would start flashing? I'm just guessing radon, because I'm seeing that vent is part of that air filtration system. I don't know what that little cap thing is. What's that up there? See that, buddy?
No idea.
Looks like a white top hat. And how many smoke detectors, by law, because there's different laws and requirements, it varies. If you're not an American, I can tell you this. In these United States, laws regarding smoke detectors vary state to state. So every state might have a different requirement. And older buildings might be grandfathered in. Let's say we built the house 50 years ago. Okay, you're grandfathered in. Grandfathered, meaning back then you only needed 1 smoke detector. You can still get away with just 1 smoke detector. But if you're going to build a brand new facility right now, you must have 3 or 4 smoke detectors based upon the rooms or whatever. So it varies state to state, and even within the state, it varies, based upon old construction that was grandfathered in. Like I'm trying to think, like at our place, like there was something we had some family members who were originally from New Jersey, and they ended up in Ohio for a number of years, and I think now they live down like the Carolinas. They came to stay with us once. He was my father's cousin, it was a number of years back. He and his wife came to stay with us because his mother, his aging mother, still lived in New Jersey. This would be his mother, my father's aunt, or grandaunt, whatever you call it. She's dead now, but he came to stay with us, and his wife was using a blow dryer, and she tripped that switch. What's that called? A GMC switch, whatever the fuck it is, and she had no idea what it was. And she's like, in Ohio and South Carolina, we don't have these things. I have no idea what it is. What it is. Maybe I'll share it. I'm not seeing one here. We'll see if there's one in the bathroom. What's it called? The GMC switch. It's in New Jersey. Maybe not older homes, but newer homes need to have at least 1 or 2 of these near to a sink. if you have a sinker running water, I'm surprised I'm not seeing one here. You'd have one outlet that would have the ability, would have in between the two sockets, you'd have these two little buttons and you can kill the power. And that's if there's an emergency, like, toaster starts going on the fritz. You don't want to have an electrical fire mixed with water. You can hit the button and kill, and it will kill not only this outlet, but any other outlets wired to it. Here it is. There we go. The reason it's hard to see is the one we have, traditionally, there's usually two buttons, a red and a black, and they're top and bottom. You have like the red, I think the red button kills it, it's like red for stop, and then hit the black button to reset it. This is much harder to see, but this is what I'm talking about.
Look at the one to your right.
So we got two. Maybe, again, I think in our kitchen where we live, we only have one, because at the time they only required one. Maybe there's some new law, because it is odd it's not closer to the sink, but whatever. So we got two of them. Now let's see. This says test. This is reset. I think when this is in, it's working. So, but this is actually worse. This is modern, but it's like if there is an emergency, I need to kill the electricity. I guess you just have to press that, because the ones I'm used to, it's a bit longer. Top outlet, bottom outlet, or top socket, bottom socket. In between you have the two buttons. They're vertical, and one is red. Red. You press the red button. I don't even know how to do this. It kills power, and the other one then to reset, you press the black button so the red button gets reset back in so you can use the outlet again. This is actually hard to follow. See, this one's not lighting up. This one's not lighting up. So maybe they actually killed the power on these. Maybe these aren't set. See, that's another thing. The ones I'm used to, again, they're like 30, 40 years old. They don't have these little lights. I'm used to. I'll have to do a video of the one I have. The one where we live, because this. Is this on now? Does orange mean it's powered? And maybe when the last tenant moved out, they killed the power, I'm assuming. Another thing to think about. Good eye, buddy. Because, yeah, like I said, I think there were two. One in the kitchen, one in one of the bathrooms was required. And the story was telling my father's cousin, originally Jersey native, moved to other parts of the country. His wife, who was from, where's she from? Like Kentucky or something. Kentucky, Ohio, whatever. She wasn't from New Jersey. She would say, Jersey's a weird place. But she was using the blow dryer in the bathroom, and I guess the blow dryer, the ampage, it overdid it, and all it did, there wasn't a fire or anything. It just, because so much electricity was being drawn, well, you yourself as a person can kill the power, but part of it too is if something's going to overload, like if a toaster is going to overheat or something, maybe the refrigerator is on the fritz, and it should in theory automatically trip the switch. So instead of you pressing the button to manually shut it off, if there's an overload of power, it'll trip it. And that's what she did. She didn't touch the switch. She had her blow dryer in. She's blow drying her hair. It was that morning. She's taking a shower. She's staying with us. And all of a sudden, unbeknownst to her, the switch tripped out. So this is different. So it tripped itself. However that way, it tripped itself, and she was confused. It went dead. The other outlets went dead. An outlet, the next room over went dead, and we tell her, no big deal. You just press the button, and she was like, "What is that? I've never seen that. We don't have them in Kentucky and Ohio and Carolina." Welcome to Jersey. But anyway, like I said, where we live, older houses might have one or two. This place, I've never seen two back to back. Oh, it's good. The video's for us, buddy. I've never seen two back to back, and they're very. It's almost like maybe people thought the red and black were unsightly. But it kind of defeats the purpose. I wouldn't have, unless you're stopping and looking, I got to get my reading glasses on, I wouldn't have noticed. So good eye, I wouldn't have noticed those. Because we'll take a video of the one, in our kitchen or our back. Because it's like, would you have noticed those? If we were just looking around, like, maybe, okay, fine. And is the lights, but the older ones don't have lights, so is the light supposed to be on or off? I'll have to play with it. I'll have to bring like a little night light or something to test it out. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be on or off. It seems like, I think this is normal. It should be, kind of feel like it should be like this. This seems like the button shouldn't be popped out, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it should be popped out. Because what does this say? This says, what does this say? Test. This is reset. I think reset's supposed to be in. So if you see a light blinking, it's kind of ironic. You see a light blinking, it means there's no power. So you need power to power the light, but so that's why it's confusing. Or does the light mean there is power? I don't know. I'm just thinking of our parents. I'm thinking of my mother fucking that up and not knowing how to do it. Maybe I'm overly worried. It's like, I guess when I never had kids, I'll never have kids. It's a whole other can of worms, but I guess people, oh, my son's going off to college, I'm so worried. It kind of feels like that, only in reverse. I am worried about these two idiots. Now, this is, okay, so we went down the hallway here, a little hallway, linen closet. kitchenette, front doors over there, living rooms and patios over there, linen closet with 3 light switches working it, electrical box. All right, this is the bathroom. This is the real reason we want here. Just look at this door. You see how wide this door is. We can, we get a. Why don't you grab that? We'll measure. This door is extra wide. Why? In case someone needs a wheelchair. This is an old folks apartment unit. Plenty of room. And this is what when I was trying to argue with the state. I was trying to tell the state of New Jersey my father needs the assisted living nursing home because it's retard handicap friendly. That's what this place, this isn't a nursing home. This is, a private residence you rent. I'm trying to explain to people, this is not a nursing home. This is not a facility that our father was in. It's like a hybrid. It's private. They rent this as if it were a regular apartment. It's not a facility, but it's catered, it's built for and caters to the elderly. So we got this nice, big, wide opening, plenty big for a wheelchair. Our father has a wheelchair. After his stroke, they gave him one. He has it. He likes to sit in it like a chair. He'll put it in front of the TV and sit in it because it's higher off the ground, but he doesn't need it. My father had a stroke, which, you can see me in the mirror. I don't want to show myself yet. I want to do my shaving video. And I told my brother, maybe I'll do, before we move our parents in, I'll do my shaving video in here because I got this wild hair. And you said, no, it's a mistake. I'm going to filthy up the bathroom. But let's talk about the bathroom. This is why you come in here. Nice, plenty of room. The bathroom is like, I think the bathroom's like the biggest room in the place. And this is what we need, a retard-friendly, old folk friendly. That's why I kept arguing, with my father. I was trying to say, my father had a stroke. He was right-handed, like most people, like me, were right-handed. His right arm is dead. It hangs limp at his side. He is lucky because his right leg still works. He can still walk. We get him a brace, a special orthotic brace, which you do. I'll show you. You take off the sneaker. You take out the native sole, you put this brace thing in, then you put the sole of the sneaker, the native sole back in. So if you can picture, here's the shoe or the sneaker, tennis shoe, whatever you call this, we call them sneakers. I got my sneaker, my shoe, you take out the sole, you put this brace thing in, the bottom part of the brace slides in, you put the sole back on, you slip your foot in, and there's like a piece that comes out, I'll have to show it, up to... so he walks with a brace. He's very lucky. He still has use of his right leg. Some people, because it affected his right side, some people are totally paralyzed on the right. He can still walk. Where's the brace? He can still walk. And his face doesn't droop. He does slur words, and he actually needs to drink water more. But even if he's not thirsty, he's got to be reminded to drink water because his throat will dry out. But he doesn't have a sloop. He's very lucky in that sense that the right side of his face is fine, and his right leg still works with a brace. But his arm is totally dead. Hence, his right hand is dead, which, 2 reasons. It sucks not having use for your hand. Plus, that was his dominant hand. He has to do everything left-handed. He's not left-handed. And this was the main concern. He can now walk like a walk-in closet. We gotta get a shower, buddy. We gotta get a shower curtain. See, that's why we do this. Gotta get him a shower curtain. I'll hang it. But this is a nice retard-friendly shower. He can't use his right arm, but he can definitely use his left to get in. This is when he was in that facility, that nursing home, assisted living. This is basically what he had. I think that shower was bigger, right? A little, but he had a roommate. It was the place he was at. You'd walk into similar to here, like a little sitting room kitchenette, which was shared, and there were 2 bedrooms, one for him, one for his roommate, and then you had the shared bathroom. So that was a little bit, I think it was a little bigger, but still, this is much nicer than, a typical, you go into a house or a regular apartment, you're not going to see something this size. If my parents had money and actually owned their house and had savings, I would probably invest and build one of these. Probably not myself. I'd hire a company, make sure they get all the right paperwork with the town, and I would put something like this in. If I had the money and my parents own their house, but they don't, which is why, hence, Medicaid and Social Security, all this other shit. But that's a topic for another video. Okay. But anyway, this is a nice, friendly retard shower. You can walk in. Currently, in the house he lives in now, he's got a tiny shower. Fortunately, I was able to give him a walker. He puts the walker in. He's able to use the walker as like an emergency bar. Currently, that's what he does. But it's very unsafe. One other thing I want to mention. My father does not need a wheelchair. He can walk around. He's got a cane. He cannot use a walker to walk. Why? A walker requires 2 hands. You cannot use a walker if you're one-handed. So his right arm is dead. He can't use it. With his left hand, if you're pushing the walker, it would constantly be sliding to the left and he'd probably fall down. So he can't. They gave him a walker, which you can't use. You must have 2 hands to use a walker. Can't walk unless you have 2 hands. So he can't walk with it, but it became his temporary shower bar. This has a nice, proper, affixed shower bar. Let's see what that. This is a nice handicap. You can use this. You can. This is very nice. I wish I had something like this in my house. I don't know why don't they make this standard? This is expensive in houses and shit. Hot water, hot, cold. I guess this is on off. Okay, that's okay. Interesting. This is a weird apparatus. I feel like I'm turning gears. What is it? Okay, Okay, so I understand. The whole thing goes around. This is number 3. Number 3 is, this is all new to me. I've never seen this shit. Number 3 is the special, whatever you call this thing, telephone shower extender thing. It looks like a phone. You got this here. That's number 3. That's number 2. Number 2 is the top shower head. Can you do both at the same time, or apparently not? What's number 1? 1 is off, I guess. It keeps going around. You can go top, telephone, quote unquote, off. So I guess, okay, that's just the on-off switch. Lets you switch between the two. And this is the hot-cold control when you have it on. Okay, makes sense. Seems easy enough. And he's got one of these. He can actually sit down if he wants, which is good. Again, when someone only has one hand. I mean, he still has his arm. He's not literally one-handed, but for all intents and purposes, the right arm is dead. He can kind of lift it, kind of twiddle a finger, but he has no use of it. So it's effectively dead. God forbid, he can't remember, so he can't grab on. If he trips and falls, he can't use his right arm. It's just, he'd fall over. This way, he can grab this with his left, and he needs to sit down, because when you don't realize it, when you have a dead arm like that, things that seem normal become safety hazards. Like if I fall on the floor, I would naturally put my right arm out. He can't do that. He still thinks to do that. He said, yeah, I still want to, but it can't. Nothing happens. So if I trip, without even thinking about it, I tripped, I immediately put my hand down. He can't do that. He'd fall on his side, break a hip. So that's something you got to be concerned about. I never thought I'd be in this position. But anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful, you can see me. I'll show you. You can see I got to get a haircut. I got to get a beard cut. Maybe this is a precursor to my shaving, but I got some mirrors. I'm off today. I work every other Saturday. It's the first day in shorts. I'm wearing my, don't worry about that. Okay, and I got this. All right. Plenty of room down there. Is there a valve? Yep, there's a, to kill the sink. Or if I got to check the water pressure, you got it down there. These don't open. These are just vanity. These don't open. So there's no drawer. It's just